I've never seen anyone on your offensive line as a unit play together. So though Sherrone Moore is your O line coach, I don't think you can just outright say right now, especially after the first, because I thought both offensive lines got tortured in their spring games.
They did.
I don't think that, yeah, and I think everyone should have saw it coming.
Hmm.
But I don't think you can just outright say Michigan's offensive line is better than Ohio State's right now.
I think, to be honest, it's probably more splitting hairs than what maybe I made it out in the video, to be completely honest. I have so much trust in Sherrone Moore, like you mentioned. Sherrone Moore really is to the offensive line what Ryan Day has been to like quarterbacks at Ohio State these past few years. It's the
That's
position
fair.
that he played back in college. It's the position that he knows. It's the position group that he coached coming up through the ranks. And I just really trust him with development. I'll say I was at the spring game in person, and I even got to see some of the freshmen. My buddy and I got there just in time for the gates to open, so we watched all of warmups and everything. When Blake Frazier, that freshman, walked out on the field, I was like, because he's wearing 77 right off the bat, which caught my eye. Because like that's a number that you don't just give to anybody at Michigan. And at first, I had to look and notice he didn't have any tattoos on his arms. Be like, oh, that's not Keegan anymore, because he's that big already. Like that dude is tall. That dude is massive. There's a lot of guys coming up through the ranks. Obviously, one thing that gets looked over a lot too is that 2024 recruiting class as a whole was not up to standards. And I know I've already touched on this in this video here. It was like 16th in composite on 24/7 when things all ended. But that offensive line class was like second or third best in the country.
So
We
last
got
year's?
guys, yeah, 2024.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it was. I think it was second best behind Georgia's.
Yeah, behind Georgia. Yeah. So you got Frazier and Granara who are already on campus, and you got guys like Luke Hamilton and the other ones I'm blanking on names right now that'll be here in the fall. Behind the guys like you mentioned, El Hadi was a very talented recruit coming out of high school. I think he was like a 96 composite. And this
He
is
was,
something we actually went
he
back
was
and
like
forth on
top
Twitter the
60.
other
He
day.
was top 60 out of high school.
Yeah. Um, this is something we actually went back and forth with on over on Twitter the other day because you were like, "Does recruiting ranking matter anymore for a guy third year on campus?" And I'll give you that a little bit, but also like, come on, man! Like we know he's a good player. Like
No,
we've
yeah,
known since high school. I think he could have started at most any other school in the country, and it's like you said, it's crazy that he stayed behind
so
Keegan.
Ohio
I think it
State.
goes back to the culture and the champion circle and all those NIL collectives. That's the one thing that they've really done well is keeping the guys that we have.